Tell me. There was another one. I never read for children, even 16, even 18 sometimes, because they're still too young. They got their whole lives ahead of them, and they sometimes misinterpret things. And I was doing a fundraiser for Make-A-Wish Foundation, and this young boy come to me, and he was maybe 10, 11, 12, and he had his little brother with him, and he wanted me to read for him. And I don't just like saying no, so I took some time, and I said to him, sit and talk to me, and he talked to me, and his grandfather was dying. And one of the things I thought was, he wants me to say Grandpa's going to be okay, and I knew Grandpa wasn't, so it's like, you don't just want to say to him, there's nothing I can do for you. So I asked him, I said, what do you want to know about? And he says, I want to know about my grandma. And he says, I want to make sure she's going to be okay. And I knew he was on the level that, he was like an old soul. He was on the level where he wanted to make sure his grandma was going to be okay because they've been together for so many years. And he wasn't thinking, what can I do to make Grandpa live? He was past that. And I remember doing his reading and explaining Grandma's going to be okay, and these are things you can do to help Grandma, and to spend as much time as you can with Grandpa now. And I explained about the death and what's going to happen in the sense of his grandfather wasn't going to suffer. Like, I wanted him to have peace of mind. And after we were done the reading, and I'm going to cry when I say this, after we were done the reading, his little brother, who was maybe about 9, says, how are you going to pay her? And the other little boy says, I saved my birthday money, right? And it's like, I couldn't take a dime from him, Because to me, it's like, if my child was that troubled that they needed to talk to somebody, I'm hoping that there's somebody out there that could give them the peace of mind that I was able to give that little boy. And that to me is what it's about.
So it's really, you are on a healing journey. It's not fortune telling.
No, not to me. It's not. To me, that's part of it. It's a gift. But even when I read, I deal with people on a personal level. And I'll see things, not so much about, leave your husband, you're going to meet this guy. It's more about where they are on the journey and what they need to do. Things that could benefit them, things that could help each individual based on where I see them on their path.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I think maybe public perception isn't quite the same wavelength. Like, I think maybe there might be some stigma attached. Is that true?
Yeah, there is. Because I get people that'll come in that'll say, okay, read my hand. Tell me what you see. Or they'll be like, when am I going to get married? How many children am I going to have? And to me, it's not about that. Am I going to see if you're going to get married? Yes, I am. Am I going to see that there's work or things that you need to do personally before that time comes? Yes, and that's what I'm going to focus on. If you want me to get into the type of person you're going to marry, what you're looking for, what would be a good match, where I see you meeting them, yes, I can do that. But you could have 5 years between where you are and when you meet that person. Doesn't mean you're not going to date anybody. It just means the significant isn't coming right now, so focus on what the significant is for you.
Now, something else you do is you work with herbs, and you have a few here today. Is that all right if you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. A lot of people, again, don't realize the benefits of natural medicine. We're going to start with white willow bark. This is white willow bark. It's a willow tree, just a normal old willow tree. I actually don't go and get this myself. I bring some of my herbs in. I have to say they're for external use only, just to cover my own butt. But in all honesty, I brew teas with them. That's what I do. And a lot of times I'll add crystals with them. White willow bark is actually made with silica. It's actually got silica in it, which is what they use to make aspirin. So instead of running for the Tylenol or running for the aspirin, you can chew a piece of this, and the benefits last longer. It doesn't give you the upset stomach. You can make a tea with this, and it helps with pain, inflammation, sore joints, rheumatism, migraines, anything like that. So that's one of the herbs. Catnip. Anybody that's got a cat probably has catnip at home. Catnip to me is one of the be-all and end-all herbs. You can use catnip for colic, for indigestion, for stomach upsets. It's really good to help lower a fever. And again, you can brew it in one of the tea bowls. You can make a tea with it. 9 times out of 10, I'll make teas as opposed to just taking the herbs. You can grind it up. You can put it in the little capsules you can buy and take it internally. For me, it's tea. Anybody that has like a spreading disease, AIDS, cancer, red clover is really good for that. It's also good for influenza or again, like any type of cancer, anything that spreads through the body, blood infections, anything like that. And then passion flower, a lot of people take Ativan for anxiety, Prozacs, epileptics. Passion flower would be really good. It's for nerve pain. It helps stop seizures. It's got a slightly narcotic effect, so it helps as a tranquilizer to help you sleep, just help you calm down and relax. So as opposed to taking like the natural or opposed to taking the medical, the Ativan, you can brew a cup of tea with this, and it for good night's sleep.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so those are the herbs, and we carry tons of herbs, and anybody that has questions is more than welcome to come in. It's not about buying things, it's coming in, get your questions answered.
Excellent. And where's your shop located?
We're at 4911 Victoria Avenue, and I tell people it's right between the 420 and Tim Hortons. It's on the same side as Tim Hortons, and you just watch for the pink door.
Niagara Falls, Ontario.
Yes, Niagara Falls, Ontario.
That's excellent.